Hello, my name is Ingrid Fowl. I am a white, half Chilean lady sitting in a chair in her room. Today I will be having a brief interview for our campaign, Stories Spark Solidarity, with a wonderful lady in upstate New York. Hi.
Hi, I am Xian Horn. I'm going to describe myself for those who may not be able to see me right now. I am half Asian, a big smiler.
What is your disability, or do you even consider the fact that you have a disability?
So I have cerebral palsy, and I'm a New York City girl normally. It's very strange to be upstate for so long. Usually I'm here for a weekend. It was hard for me to leave the city. I didn't want to leave, but I also knew that resources were scarce and more scared for my dad, who works in an office and was still continuing to go in even though he wasn't supposed to. And I don't know how long we'll be here, but I thought it was the best choice for our family. And I definitely think, in response to your query as to whether this is affecting people with disabilities, I have, in the last 48 hours, I've been counting finally, because I just felt like overwhelmingly I was getting death notices in my news feed, and I wasn't sure if I was just imagining that, so I started to count them. And in the last 48 hours, there's been 20 among my friends and family, of people they've lost, whether it's a neighbor or a best friend or an aunt or a grandparent or a father. Yeah, so it's pretty intense, and not all of it is COVID related, but I think because the hospitals are so backed up, and this was my big concern, is that the people who normally and regularly need assistance aren't going to get it, and I have friends who are always on ventilators, and so there's some tension there as to whether the people that will need care in general will get it at this time, and it just breaks my heart. So I've spent most of this time in prayer. It makes me feel like I can do something. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, so I if I can't be on the front lines in that way, I want to be on the front lines, at least spiritually.
Do you have some things that you think people should be doing as far as keeping themselves calm in this time, even if they're alone, even though they want to maybe burst out the door and go hug their friend?
Many ways to receive a hug, in the sense that maybe we can't be physically together, but you know what? Obviously, if you don't have a phone, this is different, or you don't have technology like we're doing right now. I feel like I'm hanging out with you, Ingrid. Um, Obviously, I think compared to other pandemics 100 years ago, thank God we have technology, right? Because when I'm thinking about when the plague hit, you may not have even been able to get mail. And I think it's really important to acknowledge what we're feeling. So if you're having a crappy day, that is okay. That is okay to say I'm having a crappy day or a crappy week. Or people who are in mourning, it's okay to cry. It is okay. But just to recognize that everything in life is temporary. I think that's the huge thing. Every single thing in life is temporary. So just remembering that this is not going to be forever, and the people who are struggling with not having a job and things like that, you're not alone. There's 10 million people that filed for unemployment in 2 weeks. So we're going to find a way through this, and there's always a way. So it's just important, I think, to remember not to give up no matter how things look. So this is also why I'm happy to have this conversation, because this is a form of supporting each other as two people, but also hopefully, when this gets out there, hopefully, I'm hoping that this can also support lots of other people that maybe we've never met. Connect with each other, be honest about our pain, be honest about what we're celebrating, and just remember that this is just the beginning of, and hopefully we can learn something from this and become better as a human race. and more empathetic.
Empathy would be very good. It was nice
But
talking to you.
all right, enjoy
Bye.
as much as possible. Right,
Virtual hug for you.
virtual hug, healing hug for everybody.